Hello and welcome to another one of my videos, and in this video, as you can see, the Honda is looking a bit bare. Basically I just went on and started to strip it. I wasn't going to do a video of it because it's pretty self-explanatory how to strip a bike. Anybody can do it. It's more putting it back together where the problem lies. So I thought I would just set about and do it myself. I'll just go through some of the things I've taken off and some of the problems I've come across. There's not actually that many. I've took all the rear gubbins off, so the rear pod, which will be reused in this kit, has been taken off. The mudguard's taken off. I've took off all the ignition, so the CDI unit and stuff that went there is off. I've kept the rectifier there. That'll be coming off because that's actually wired into the main wiring harness. There's a plug there. I might actually have to unplug all of them, so I'll take that off separate. I need to take the main wiring harness off, which is today's job. As you can see, the airbox is gone, which would be in this space here. That was a big of a job to do. A bit of brute force with my foot. Got that out quite quick. Had to drop the rear wheel off as well. What else have I done? As you can see, the ignition coils are gone, and I've got no HT leads. I've took the radiator off. That's in the actual shed. I'll show you that in a second. The fan guard's a bit rusty, to be honest. Most of this is just paint. That's still pretty much solid, so I'll take that off today. I might be able to try and get the fan off, but I'm thinking that might be easier done when the engine's out of the bike, and the actual manual says use this front spindle as a drift, just to whack it off. What else? Don't think there's actually out else to be. That's like I say, the surface rust is quite prolific all over, but it is just surface rust. It isn't any deeper than that. I went over with a wire brush on all the rusty spots, and it doesn't go any deeper, and all the metal's good. So once this has all been powder coated, it should look quite good. There's a rear mudguard mount to be welded onto here, so I'll have to prep all this up, and I'm also going to have to cut this off because the kit calls for a cut down here to cut this back assembly off. And then there's actually a seat pod that goes on here, where the kit, well, basically where everything which was here goes onto, or most of the electrics actually go onto there. So that'll be my next job once I've got this stripped. So yeah, I'm going to take the tank off, and I'm going to try and feed this wiring loom out and put that in a box so it's out the way, and then take the brakes off. In the shed we have what we've got. That's the rear parcel carrier with the indicators. Won't be needing that, so that'll be getting sold. These are the headers. I'll need to take an angle grinder to the actual box to try and get these off, because the headers don't look in too bad a condition. They're a bit pitted, but compared to the rest of the exhaust system, which just fell apart, these are in good nick, so I want to try and save these and sell them. I need to get these off as well, the exhaust retainers. There's the back pod, so that'll be getting reused. We cut this off and put it back on, shorten it a bit. There's the radiator grill there, which won't be getting reused. Any of these bits, so this, any of that bit on the floor, if anybody wants that, just give us a bell and offer us some money, because like I say, all of it's getting sold, preferably in Britain. So then I can actually post it at a decent rate. Mudguard, that's not going back on. Airbox, that's not going back on. Headlight is not going back on. So all that's up for grabs. Down here is the radiator, which will be going back on. I just need to see if it's in any good of a condition. As we can see, some of the fins are perished, and all this blue here is actually the copper degrading, because copper goes like a bluey green once it degrades. I'm just hoping there's no leaks. When I ran it there wasn't any leaks, but it does look very mossy down there, so and I can't find another decent Honda CX500 radiator, so I'm hoping this works, and I'm planning on running Evans coolant in it, which doesn't actually boil, which hopefully will lower the pressures down in the system, so even if there is a slight leak it won't make that much difference. But I'll have to repaint it and stuff, so I'll have to have a good cleaner repaint, and then that'll be going back onto the bike once it's finished. So yeah, I actually have done quite a lot in the last few weeks. I just really want to get this all sorted, prepped, fabricated, and off to powder coat. I want to get off to powder coat because putting it back together is going to be the fun part. So that's where I'm trying to get up to. So anyway, I will put the camera down, I'll start stripping the wiring out, and I shall get back to you soon. See you later and keep safe. Or ride safe, I should say.